Please join me on my journey if you care for the truth. I am a truth seeker, Ex-Shia, and ex-Muslim. Thank you so much.
Hello, greetings. Need I apologize? My negative thoughts, very negative, about Jerry Marzinski. This time watching his video and continuing from my previous live stream on this misguiding people. So, Jerry, I'm also I have been diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia, right? Or paranoia schizophrenia. So this finally diagnosed. So, but this was going on, the voices since year 2000 when they started. Um, can't exactly remember the year. I've written it in my diary perhaps, but that's in Karachi. And I had to leave my country, my mother's country. So, and my house there, and my things behind also, my diaries and all. Okay, so now the thing is like I've lost my house and destroyed everything destroyed of mine that was in Karachi, most of it. So even my original degree from Holborn College, University of Wolverhampton. Oh God, it's chocolates here. But, sorry, just cleaning up. Okay, so recently, um, oh my God, I cannot tell you. Let me see if I can. This time I'm able to. So I was checking Dr. Jerry Marzinski's videos channel on his channel. This one. Again, I have to go inside my Jerry Marzinski's channel. Which one is it? You can just Google search it and you'll find it. Okay, so but this video with the Muslims, he's with the Muslims, and I feel this is. Yesterday, I was like very sad, very disappointed. I went into a abbess. Okay, so what he's agreeing to is that the Muslim scripture saying that Harut and Marut will be doing this in the end. God will allow them even this, right? So whatever the Hindus are doing, whatever others are doing, it's all evil. And I don't like even my everything is evil here. Like if I take that everything is not the true God. Sir Pradeep Mukherjee, sorry, I don't want to quote him, but if I take like it's there's this Kal is what whoever he is, the son of God. He went against the will. Okay, so Sir Pradeep Mukherjee doesn't call him evil. Tells his book readers when they have a question and answer session with him online, not to judge him, the Son of God who's done all this and uses our sufferance as grime for his food, right? And he's created us for this, not the true God. So all this and anyways, so little by little, Jerry Marzinski I saw was a really, giving the thing to the Muslims, right? Also criticizing Christians. Not that I haven't. I have, and I have come across a Christian who told me that what is all this jinn believing in this? Leave it, go, come out of it. So of course some Christians say, what is all this? Even though it's that Jesus Christ, what did he do? In the Bible, he exorcised people, healed people from this devil possession and all, right? And they don't believe in black magic. So the Muslims do, and but Shias don't believe that Prophet Muhammad that black magic done on him, or even if he had black magic, to put it properly, black magic would not be on him, would not work on him, because he was light in actually originally light, pure light, and you can't do black magic to light beings on light beings, and doesn't affect. So little by little, I saw that in this engineering mental sanity Jerry Marcinski started to give in to these Muslims, right? say, but he doesn't know the whole picture about Islam. Muslims, right? So Muslims don't even agree to each other. The Sufis, they don't agree with the Sunnis even. The Sunnis don't agree with the Sufis even in matters. Some, not all, but some matters. And even Prophet Muhammad has said that which they take their hadiths, the Islamic hadiths they take from the Sunni Muslims and most Muslims and non-Shia Muslims is this way, that this hadith says if it's recorded in Sahih Sittas, then we have to take it as whatever. And some Sunni Muslims don't even do that. Now I've seen online. If it's even a true hadith, they say if it's not going with the Quran, we would reject it. Some Sunnis have said this to the ex-Muslims on live streams and on live streams of Christian Prince and Rob Christian and all this, right? But anyways, the bottom line is there is a hadith where Prophet Muhammad says, right, and showing it to them even doesn't matter. Shias won't take this, that in 73 sects and only one will go to heaven, right? The rest will go to hell. So these Muslims are misguiding Jerry Markinzi and Marzinski, and he's allowing them because it's in his favor. I'm sorry to put it this way. I wish I could have the people's I see it like this, I don't know, people's prejudices and whatnot have come in. Like I'm saying, if God communicated to me, like I felt God communicated to me, but still there's no evidence, and it could all turn out to be evil, right? Even though I used to like call on God, not Shaitan, but Shaitan came to me and tried to make me think that I'm the principal's reincarnated someone and tell her, and I will tell you, and there's no evidence of transmigration of the soul. You see, it's not even the scientist's fault; it's God's fault. And even when the Hindus say that we have to believe in our heart here, in Allah, Bhagwan lives in the heart, and all this, but there's no evidence of that Bhagwan lives in the heart, right? Or if what they believe in is true, or what they feel is true. Like the feelings, I'm not sure about, right? So my overall thing about myself is that I don't have substantial knowledge. I don't have substantial proof. And God says you're of the unseen. And then Allama Rashid Turabi has said कि इतनी इबादत कर अपने रब की, इतनी इबादत कर अपने रब की कि जो बातिल है वो शुहूर में आ जाए, जो the unseen becomes the seen for you. But that's when you do a lot of worship of Allah. Itni ibadat, meaning, and now in English translation, right? So this, let me see, the sound is coming, right? So anyways, sorry, I just had a very, I went in a labyrinth again, and just watching this video of Jerry Marzinski with the Muslims. So not considering anything else about Islam, but that, everything is evil. The psychiatrists, the psychologists. No, the psychiatrists have asked me, what did the voices say? One psychiatrist this, and the psychiatrists change in this free from the government hospital, college, hospital, psychiatric. But one of them asked me, what do the voices say? And another one asked me something that Jerry Marzinski would say the psychiatrists don't ask. But they did here ask me. Anyways, it has been narrated from Auf bin Malik that the Messenger of Allah said, the Jews split into 71 sects, one of which will be in paradise, 70 in hell. And the Christians split into 22 sects, 71 of which will be in hell and one in paradise. I swear by the one whose hand is the soul of Muhammad, and we can't even see the soul. God has not given scientific tools to us to see the soul, right? So this, and of Muhammad. Okay, so whose hand is the soul of Muhammad, he swears on this one, Allah, my nation will split into 73 sects. one of which will be in paradise and 72 in hell. It was said, O Messenger of Allah, who are they? He said, the main body. Sunan ibn Majah, 3992. Right? Again, I'm wearing the wrong glasses. Let me just get. So this, and I have to talk quickly. Uh, so, yeah, so even if, like someone thinks they've been guided by Allah or by Bibi Maryam, I chose my guide, my wasila, my shafa. My shafa intercessor, Bibi Maryam. Uh, I didn't call on shaitan. I called on. But if shaitan comes, what can I do, right? And making me think that I'm the principles, I'm reincarnated. And even the Christians don't believe in reincarnation, nor do the Muslims believe in reincarnation. Sunnis blame the Shias for believing in reincarnation. They don't believe in reincarnation, they believe in a resurrection, a lesser resurrection that will take place on earth when Imam Mahdi comes, the 12 Shias, I've been told. It's not reincarnation like the Hindus and reincarnation, the transmigration of the soul, and having many lives here, like that. But people, rumors, prejudices, biases, God knows why, so many. And I see people doing it here. And so if I've been misguided and the prayers of my marja or my grandfather's great grandfather's Marja's son couldn't help me in 1989 or 88 when I met him in Dubai. And even Allama Rashid Turabi's prayers when I was born, before I was born, given to my mother to become pregnant and conceive properly, and so that the child, now the second one, will not die in infancy. It didn't work out. What can I do, right? I started to like songs, and I went into, like, I wasn't a sincere Shia, like, And then in year 2000, when I wanted to be sincere in my religion, I so much attack, I couldn't take it, right? When I wanted to say my prayers on time, do hijab, I started slowly with the scarf, and then it didn't work out. It really backfired. And so I don't know really about myself also. I don't know if what is true. Maybe everything is evil here. Everything is bad. Even those who think they are good, they're doing okay. They're not harming anyone. I've my simple people I've seen, and there are people in America and all not harming anyone. They're doing their own. The teachers, noble also professions and occupations. That's good. You're not harming anyone, but you're going to judge others, right? They're going to say, maybe she did this, maybe it's sin she did, or my mother also did a sin, which is unforgivable, and that's why we had such a hard life, right? And all this. And moreover, the Muslims are leading him to believing that, oh, yes, Mr. Jerry, oh, yes, Jerry, it will be so evil. Like, so, the Muslims don't see that in the name of Shias don't see, and Muslims reject the mutana, although it was practiced at the time. Prophet Muhammad allowed it to his Sahabas, mutta, right? Temporary marriages, they're called. So the Muslims here, the Muslims don't see that in the name of marriage, sexual contracts, and marrying, promiscuity for men is allowed by Islam, by Allah, marrying 4 wives, having 4 wives simultaneously. For Prophet Muhammad, it was more than 4 wives, but he had this privilege, it's in the Quran ayat. Only for the believers, believing men, is 4 wives. So they don't see the promiscuity they were allowed to practice and unfaithfulness to the first partner, because men's drive is more and it is unhealthy for men or whatever, and all this. So women can emotionally control themselves, although women are evil according to Prophet Muhammad, and more than men. right? And according to Imam Ali, also Sermon 80, ayat, Sermon 80 in Najul Balagha. And mutta is allowed too, what your right hands possess. Oh, so, prostitution made legal, but adultery haram, fornication, premarital sex haram, forbidden. It destroys societies. Moreover, the tafsirs on why adultery is made haram by Allah, not because the the male partner is unfaithful, would be it's not because it's because the male partner would be, how shall I put it, unfaithful to his first wife or his partner, but that it is haram because it destroys societies, and not that the first male partner of his wife would be unfaithful and hurt the first wife. And in other religions like Christianity, polygamy is bad, considered a crime or something, right? So they don't allow it. And in the UK, I think they don't allow this polygamy. In the law, it's Christianity has come in the law. How to put it, right? In the state country law. Or so any Christian man who marries more than one wife, according to UK law, would be under it would be illegal for him. So, but Muslims can allow, Muslims can marry more than, Muslim men can marry more than one woman, and keep them simultaneously, and that's not considered bad because Allah allowed them, right? That's not considered that it will destroy societies and hurt the wives. And women are not supposed to be jealous. Jealousy is bad in women, but in men it's good in Islam. I read somewhere jealousy is good for men but not for the women in Islam. I can't find that. And the other thing is muta, what your right hands possess for males. So in the name of Allah allowing them, and this is allowed, and during war, you can have war captives and sex slaves. This is okay, right? This hasn't caused any, because Allah allowed it, so this is no cause for evil around the world, right? And the Western system, you see the promiscuity there, and so much this, and so much nudity, and so much that, right? Whereas I think in the Muslim world, if a woman helps a man, like being kind to him or anything, he might think that I'm going to go after her. Like he could have wrong thoughts about her, right? So, a woman, like we were told, Fatma the Zahra was like a nurse to her father, or maybe there were nurses so the women were nurses during the Islamic wars. Like they could be, I think, long time ago, but not later on in my life. I thought that'd be Fatma the Zahra and all. The females can be nurses for the male in war. They're male. But that's no. Only Bibi Fatima Zahra, the daughter of Prophet Muhammad, used to take some things off her father when they used to throw things at him while he was in prayer in the mosque. So Bibi Fatima Zahra was in the mosque, and I wonder where outside he was praying. They used to throw at meat pieces and like throwing tomatoes and things. So he would remove those things from her father while he was praying. He couldn't do it himself. So Harut and Marut and all this, and gone are the Hindus also. That's also, they have created such cults. Their gurus, the guru system, the guru thing in you know, and listening to music is haram. So, like this, it's very dangerous, half knowledge and half accepting something or a little bit of Islam, taking Islam because it's in your favor, right? This is very damaging and dangerous. So I didn't want him to feel bad, but what I felt, I'm telling you honestly, after listening to this, watching this, Withdrawing Whispers from the Jinn, Jerry Marzinski, Engineering Mental Sanity, Jerry Marzinski. You see, sometimes even like the Indian movie song, ए खुदा ऐसा मैंने क्या किया मेरी दुनिया है तुझसे खफा मुझसे खफा तेरी दुनिया है मुझसे खफा. Like he's saying, oh God, what have I done? Your world is upset with me and offended with me or something, upset with me. क्या अगर कोई काम ऐसा किया जो उल्टा सीधा हुआ, like if let's say like a Pakistani movie I saw in my childhood, Nadeem and Shabnam, I think. Shabnam is outside on the snow, and they're far away. It's like a resort place, right? And there are no hospitals, and he doesn't have his car is not working or something. A lot of snow, and so Shabnam is has frozen in the snow. The heroine of the movie, right? And Nadeem has his hut there in the resort area, far away, like it's a remote place in Pakistan, up north, somewhere. So he doesn't know her, but he takes her in. She's a stranger. He finds her in the snow, freezing to death, right? So he saves her by, we're told, having, they don't show it, but he has, you know, he puts the fire on and this and that, and he's got a chimney fire, but he's not able to bring her back. Like she's dying out, freezing, and he has, he sleeps with her. That they don't show in the movie, but we can make out. So that's how he saves her, right? And I don't know what God's laws are for Islamic. I don't think that would be allowed, right, to save a life in this way. But she can't consent. She's fainted. So certain cases like this, like Allah, but taking Surah Maida ayat that in extreme cases where you don't want to rape, the intention is clear, right? The intention is what, right? Not to rape or not to have haram forbidden, not to do adultery, not to fornicate. So maybe the religious Sharia court will let him go. I mean, that was a movie, but I'm just bringing it on. If this happens in real life and this goes to the Sharia court, they would let him off, right? So, anyways, but the thing is that certain things like this, where I'm even in my life, right? Sometimes, you have to show you are bad to save someone, or there's things like that, and you could end up in being thrown out of college or work. So things like this, and so the Quran ayat says that it is the intention that matters in extreme cases to save a life, right? However, there are contradictions in this Quran and in the Hadiths. Moreover, how many will go to hell here? Muslims, not only Christians. Like in my previous live stream, I was saying, Mr. Jerry's not going to heaven when even the Muslims will be going to hell. So I forgot to mention this hadith 3992, Sunan ibn Majah, on tribulations and on this. How many will go to paradise or heaven. But according to the Quran, I see that none of the now, since Islam came, none of the Jews and the Christians, if they don't accept this, would go to heaven, even if they do good deeds like anything and pray to God, their God, one God, and all this. And there are different views in Muslims also, right? Some would say no, they would go, but they're not looking at the Quran, or maybe the Quran, it has contradictions, and so they're looking at one hadith also and the Quran ayat also, and not really taking everything, or maybe they say we've taken everything into consideration, and we've whatever we've done with what seems like a contradiction, we have extracted the gist of it and found there's no contradiction like you're telling us there is. And so even then, okay, even then, it cannot be like, you know, like you can't deny it. It can't be denied that there are Sunnis, and there are some Sunnis who think Shias, and there are Shia sects in this religion, Islam also, and one thinks the other is deviant or kafir, disbeliever, and mushrik also, polytheist. We can't deny that also, right? So taking help from the Muslims here, and like Jerry has, Mr. Jerry, oh God, let me just get this from my other device, bring it forward. But, so, like Mr. Jerry has said, is very dangerous, like what he's accepted from the Muslims, very, very damaging and dangerous, because there's so many things in Islam that, you know, the different points of view in different sects, different beliefs, forget points of view, different beliefs, right? And so also, like, oh, I could be such a sinner and the oppressor could go scot-free. But Mr. Jerry, very nice of him. I agree with him. Psychiatrists, in some things, fully agreeing to him that this psychiatry and this medication didn't help my mother also, and she always told me, I don't want my children going to psychiatrists and taking medication. And I've prayed, I've taken shafa from using Hazrat Abbas's shafa to God, right? And making him the trust, entrusting him, all her children to him, that my children should not go to psychiatrists, should not need psychiatrists or therapists, and they should not take medicine. Because medicine doesn't work. Medicine doesn't work. Right? Psychiatric medication. Psychotic drugs don't work, and they're like drugs. They're so harmful. And another video with the, like, so how would you know? Another video of Jerry Marzinski with these other two people with the hats on, that a child, if the child is molested, I was told there was black magic done on me in my childhood, so my potential was cut, right? My natural potential was cut. And the thing is that Jerry Merzinski agreeing with these people to others on his other live stream or video that children assaulted might be open to these devil attacks, entities, evil entities, right? So just checking which and bringing it forward here with the hat. Which one? Oh God, so many here. I'll just check my library and bring it forward again. So please, okay, I know I'm being very judgment. Maybe, you know, too hard on Mr. Jerry Marzinski. But I think it's time to be like this. I could have been softer on him. So this one also, and this one, at least, but no, not also. He's very helpful in this one, right? Let's bring it forward. JM Par Awareness, Episode 2, Jerry Marzinski, 518 to 51. Right? Children being assaulted, and so can be subject to entities, evil entities, and vulnerable to that, susceptible, all this. But this one really got to me, right? See, now, you see, God said He destroyed even LGBT, He destroyed Sodom and all that, the homosexuals, but they have come up again. So when did He destroy the whole thing completely? He should have destroyed them completely if He didn't want them, right? When He didn't want them, He didn't allow them in Christianity, in Judaism, before Christianity. So why did it come up again? And another thing is, I've had such a terrible time, with the feelings, emotions. You know how sometimes if you watch this movie, you'll know somewhere in time how difficult it is at times. Okay, you find a friend somewhere in time. That's okay. You find a place. You're reincarnated. Your parents. Sometimes it's not that intense, but for some people it's very intense. He dies and self-hypnotizing himself. It's very dangerous and it's very painful also. And already life is painful. I've seen that. So somewhere in time, the movie reincarnation. I've had this dreams and all later on, and I went to a Dr. Moez, yogi. And so I was told that there is reincarnation. He's hypnotized innumerable people and found out that there is reincarnation. Sorry, I just can't find that proper glasses of mine. My eyes are hurting. Okay, and so this is, I'm not able to say properly, sorry, it's very deep. Like, how could you accept, parts of Islam that go with what you believe, what you think about against psychiatry and all this and the world? Harut and Marut are going to come, and the people are evil, right? But see, even though I called God, I still got a dream that Sayyid Ali has sent you this, that whether or not there's reincarnation, you are reincarnated. What does that mean? I was calling on God. And if Shaitan was answering me, what can I do, right? But I have to take it as a sign of Allah, not as a sign of Shaitan. If I don't go with the signs of Allah, not only which is in the Quran, but what Allah is giving me, so there's the objective and there's the subjective. The objective is the Quran and all. And there's the subjective signs of Allah given to you through istikhara and all this, asking Him whether I should marry this person or not. That's subjective sign by Allah given to you in a dream or somehow in the Quran. You open the Quran, how to find out yes or no. Allah saying yes or no, to marry this person or not, to get this job or not, to go for this job or not, to leave this job or not. So there are some subjective signs given to us by Allah, and so I had to take it like right. And then there are the people who are exploiting, even in our religion, and the dreams that sometimes we don't get the signs of Allah properly. We think, oh, Allah is saying this. Like one of my aunts thought that when she took the istikhara to keep working or not, said she thought Allah was telling her not to work, leave her job, leave her work here. So she left, and she was like, no. Actually, the istikhara was saying, don't leave the work. And we were all so saddened. even my mother, because I was her sister, leaving her work as a teacher. So she got it wrong. Even the personal sign given to her by Allah, misunderstood. So misunderstanding, misguidance can really, then she was like, she thought maybe if she left her work, she had more time with her family and with herself and her life. And no, but then she, she's like, when I was working, I felt like there was time. But when I left my work, there was like no time. No. There was barakat, there was this blessing in time when she was a teacher. She could do more in her life for herself also and her family than she could ever do by leaving her work. So this happened, and let me just see the comment section. Okay. Hello. Oh, sorry. I didn't have my live chat open. Manmoji Sharma. Namaste, 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 namaste. बहुत दिनों बाद आए हैं आप. How are you? How is my health? My health is terrible. Manmoji Sharma. Thank you for asking, though. Really nice of you. Really kind of you. Sorry, I'm late for your to reply to you. The comment section live chat was closed. Okay, I hope I don't repeat this again. I'm not feeling well. I have a slight headache. And yesterday one, I think I should take again a very strong painkiller. It is. And the attacks are on and whatnot, right? Psychic attacks, and I'm in a spiritual warfare, and then I find all these people on YouTube. So we should come cooperate with each other. Ganesh brother, Manmoji, Ganesh brother, thank you. You're always liking my live streams now. Even after, in the comment section, you give me a thumbs up, celebration, emojis. Thank you so much. I see that. God bless you, your family, your country, all, and who else? I hope, also wish you a beautiful day always. Most beautiful day. Manmoji brother, you also, I wish you perfect health, right? Thank you so much for being here. And also the comments, the positive comments. Every time Ganesh Bhai, now I'm like, oh my gosh, is it the Muslim commenting against me? Then I see you and I'm like, oh, thank God, okay. It's Ganesh, the Ganesh Bharadwaj. I hope I've pronounced this properly. And I'm not really in my complete senses. I feel like I'm in a trance, right? So I'm not that alert. So things like, it's very dangerous. I don't know, maybe this life, look, I called on Allah for help, right? I keep saying, look, sorry, maybe not me. Try to brush up on my manners and I've failed. बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया आप लोगों का. Really appreciate it. All of you, both brothers here. अच्छा, तो सूरह तौबा की आयत क्या है? अच्छा, ये देखें, ये what else? Jerry Mersinski जो है ना, बड़ा मैं disappointed हुई. Oh God, I have to go now. No, wait. Quickly put on the. Oh God. Just a minute. I'll just put it as on silent. Oh, sorry, I was on mute, and now come back. So thank you for waiting. If uh, you've waited here, and I'm so sorry. Uh, just put on the mic so cancels the background sound. Hope you can hear me. Just checking if you can. If you're no one is here, uh, the voice sound is coming. Okay, so now see this also, right? Allah, what He does is, and whoever turns away from the remembrance of the Most Gracious, we appoint for him a devil. Then he to him is a companion, Qareen, right? Surah Zukhruf, ayat 36. Surah 43, chapter of the Quran, ayat 36. So this, now Jerry Merzinski taking help from the Muslims on this against the psychiatrists so, and psychologists and this devil, he calls them devils. The devil Harut and Marut and Harut are spread in the end times. They'll do more mischief. See, so before it wasn't Harut and Marut were not let loose only at one time, and then they were then this Alexander the Great, or who was he? Elias, or what's his name? I've forgotten. He kind of built this thing and stop them from doing mischief in the world, but they will come again in end times. So, what do you think? If you can listen to Jerry Marzinski and find out, sorry, then you can tell me what you think about that. So, before Arut and Marut but now, before they weren't doing much. But before there was evil also, there were homosexuals. God then stopped them or destroyed them, and again they've come up. According to these Abrahamic religions and Islam and whatnot, evil, maybe even idol worshipping is evil, and India is full of these gurus that are evil, and that gods are evil, and many gods are evil, and it's a false, it's a fake, right? So all this we have our prejudices coming in, or we're full of knowledge. Are we full of knowledge about the unseen, right? Okay, the breath we can't see, I know that, but at least God should have given us maybe some scientific tools in the Quran to say that, this is how you see the soul, this is how you see the breath, this is how, if there was in Islam transmigration of the soul, then God should have said, oh, this, you can test it, mini test it, like through, in a scientific way. But he didn't do that. And then the Muslims and these religions go on saying, that, and this, feelings, even Hindus, right? Feelings, like God is in the heart, but Bhagwan is in the heart. But we can't see that until, well, what do our feelings tell us? Listen to your heart, or when you're doing meditation, mantra, let God guide your heart, and go to your heart, find out there where God lives. So trust in your feelings. But it's very subjective, it's not objective. And you also need the guidance of a guru. Oh, Guruji, I'm getting this feeling. Shall I do this or not? Right? Even though the person, God has told me to go to the person, but the person saying, I'm busy, I'm not available. What shall I do? Try again. Right? Maybe you have different gods or something, God knows. So I even thought of this, right? My feelings are saying to her, but the other part is resisting, saying maybe Shaitan is telling me, giving me hawa, desire to go to her. Hawa, I think, is desire, right? In the Quran also, the Arabic word, inordinate desires. What about that? All this, I think, life. What do you think? I think life is. I don't know. Like, there's no. On one hand, I got the from Jesus Christ. I asked Jesus Christ, going to the Christian graveyard, that I'm the young, this brother of this my teacher, who passed away when he was 3 years old or something, and the other passed away also. But I'm this one. Two of our brothers passed away. So Jesus Christ showed me. I said, Jesus Christ, if there is no reincarnation, or if I'm not reincarnated with this family, in this family, then how to say it, then I won't see anything. My teacher coming out of the gate, or leaving the cemetery, or coming inside the cemetery through the gate. Right. Thank you for the rose, and again, namaste, namaste. Manmoji Sharma, brother, thank you so much. Thank you to the Indians who have helped me here. I really appreciate this. So, where does all this evil come from? We don't know. Like, can we know for sure about? We're not sure about anything, are we? Can we ever be sure about anything? You see how Jerry, of course, I believe in, not believe, but I kind of have the insight and experience that this could be black magic or entities. I've seen dark, and all this, and black magic, like as object subjective, like evidence. But can we, for our feelings, can we have like objective evidence, scientific evidence? No, we don't. See how hard God has made it for us, right? Trust in your feelings, or trust in what God puts in your heart, since God intervenes between man and his heart. Islam, Quran ayat also. But then the believers say, oh God, do not let our hearts go astray after you, as you have guided us. And there's another one in the Quran, Surah 2, ayat 204, where this person calls Allah to be a witness to what is in his heart, and goes about, he's the fiercest of, you know, uh, 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 what do you call it, arguing, and stubborn, and he's a tyrant, right? Surah Baqarah, you can read ayat 204 and 205, please, because if you're interested in what I'm saying and you want proof that I'm like right about the Quran ayats. Thank you so much. So is the person a sinner? That's why Qareen has come on him, or is the person oppressed, assaulted, grieved, sad? That's why open to evil. Hmm? Assaults, warfare. So I think Mr. Jerry has done a great injustice with this. Not professional, and not very irresponsible. Sorry, man. I don't know what to do, man. Moji, my health is terrible. I Ew. Yesterday, it just pulled me down. The video I watched, लगता है बस दुश्मनी पता नहीं, like people are not flexible, understanding hearts नहीं दे रहे. Like अपना भी मैं I'm telling myself, people are not. I have been telling myself that, okay, ask God for help, but even that is not enough. Substantial evidence on one hand, I'm reincarnated this. On the other hand, God told me in London, you are reincarnated. Now, my aunt on the phone said, ask your heart. So I was asking my heart about the principle. No. And then I said, no, no, I think I'll ask God. Because I remembered that ayat also in the Quran which says hearts can go, oh Allah, our hearts can go astray, right? So please keep a watch on our hearts that they don't go astray. So I asked God in a meditative state in my hostel room, what is this with the principal? Why can't I stop missing her? Or what's going on? And why is it that I get attached to these elderly, like before her, this teacher in my school, and now her? You know, he said, you're reincarnated. He told me. So I said, okay, so who am I of my principal? He said, I will tell her, you ask her who, you tell her about the reincarnation, right? And I didn't have the heart. Like I wasn't even seeing her at that time. I was out of contact with her. I don't know, she must be having some problem that I didn't want to, like I thought maybe her family is there, her sisters are there, her niece is there to take care, because she couldn't tell me over the phone and I didn't want to force her. So I was like, what shall I do? Anyways, at that time he told me, ask her, she will tell you who you were. I will tell her who you were of her. So God doesn't want to tell me who I was, but then later on today he told me, right? Yesterday, sorry. He said, because she is your evidence. So, see, because the evidence of transmigration of the soul is not there. And since Jesus Christ gave me an answer, I can't be the principal's. So, I never thought of being the principal's mother, right? It never occurred to me because I knew God had given me the sign through Jesus Christ that I was Miss Desai's brother who passed away long time ago in his when when he was a child, 3 years old or something like that, right? So God said to me at that time in London, when he said, I didn't think I was her mother. So he said, ask her, she will tell you who you were. I'll tell her. So at least in that way, she's my evidence, right? And God said that the reason why I told you, and then because she's your evidence, right? I will tell her who you are of hers, who you were of hers in your past life, and in her this life. So she lost a mother, and she also lost a brother. But at that time, I was already here on earth, so I can't be a brother, right? Because she told me her brother the year her brother passed away. At that time, she told me it was 1971. Later, she told me it's 1978. So who am I of her? So you ask her and she'll tell you. So one day when I went to see her, when I graduated and I went back to Karachi, went to see her, she told me one time, I said, did you ever have a miscarriage or something? Right? I didn't ask her about reincarnation because I had asked her when I was in college and I was in her house one day. She was ironing her sari and I asked her if she believed in reincarnation. She kept quiet. Okay, so I didn't ask her this time, even though God had told me, ask her and she will tell you. So, the first way in the beginning, I inquired about this reincarnation matter to her when I went back to Karachi now and met her was in one of our meetings at her place. Um, did you ever have a miscarriage? So she told me no, and she gave me a whole other story about her first son, how when she was pregnant with her first child, what happened to her. So I thought, okay, she didn't miscarriage me, and maybe I also forgot about what God had told me to ask her about reincarnation, or I can't remember properly what it was. Anyways, but I didn't ask her directly, like, do you believe again? Like, do you believe in reincarnation? So one day I go again to her house. I'm in her house. We're eating pizza, and I get up to wash my plate, and her, you know, I take her plate also or something to the kitchen. And as I stand up and I'm going to the kitchen, she asks me, and I look at her like, "Are you my mother?" Now, neither the 12er Shias, nor the Ismaili Shias, nor the uh, Sunnis, or your, these Muslims, they don't believe in reincarnation. Oh God. Oh, okay. Do you hear anything here? Just checking sound, background. Oh, something. Oh God, it's very loud today. I don't know why. Louder than I think. There's a. Oh my God, it's like. Oh, uh, so this. But there's no. Maybe then that was also evil. That wasn't God who was communicating with me. And even if God, the whoever told her or told me, the shaitan, just it's all shaitan, right? Because where's the evidence for why has God made it so difficult? Like no evidence for transmigration of the soul, or what the soul. The Quran ayah says that we have given you little knowledge of the soul. Maybe the Jews knew a little more about the soul, and asking Prophet Muhammad, they were told, God has said we have given you little knowledge. This is how they tested Prophet Muhammad. But I don't believe in Judaism either, like nor whatever it is here is all evil. I can't make out like why did God make it so tough on us to get the evidence to show even the subjective personal thing that there is, or my soul has been transmigrated, or then even the general way, objective way of showing. Can we show the transmigration of the soul? We can't. One person, like we saw this movie, like when I told Chris in the smoking room in the hostel that I feel I'm reincarnated. Maybe these people, these whoever they are from the Middle East, they look like, oh, looked at you. And maybe you're reincarnated, Chris, because I also feel I'm reincarnated. And that lady turned around staring at you with her elderly a man, a father, or someone, or maybe husband, I don't know. They had come to our hostel. There were these guests also, short-term stay visitors. Sorry, not visitors, guests. In our hostel, they could stay for a short term. So they looked at Chris, and Chris was. So I told him that night in the smoking room, and the next day in the evening, we're again in the smoking room, and guess what happens? They've called us, come in the garden lounge. They've put a TV there, and they show us a whole documentary. So Chris and I went, and Chris is looking at me, giving me that look. Oh God, just last night, he was about reincarnation, and there are these Lebanese children who have been asked, and they had this. So they had their evidence that, and they were meeting. So they told people and whoever, and then they made a documentary on this. Many Lebanese children who were reincarnated, and they're talking. They found So, the evidence through them, and then they found some people who, oh, this was my sister. So the documentary shows he's meeting his past life sister, or and or in one of the, like, his previous life sister, that they've brought them together and they're talking, and he's saying, yeah, it is overwhelming for me to talk to my past life. It's the feeling and all this documentary they were showing us. Although we had TV rooms in the basement, this was in the garden lounge of our hostel. They brought the TV there, and they said, do you want to come and watch this documentary? We brought the TV in the watch this TV documentary. So we went, Chris and I went in. So he was like, Zahra, last night you've spoken about reincarnation, first time to Chris in the hostel smoking room, and this night in the smoking room again in the hostel, and guess what? This has happened. We were shocked. Even I was shocked. Right. So this so then I don't know. Like, I asked God, right? Then every year we were like, God, forgive us our sins, and trying to be, trying to pray namaz also if I could. But my favorite was dua reciting. Although Imam Jafar Sadiq, I know in my Shia religion also, if you miss your obligatory prayers, then your these other supplications, duas will not work. First and foremost, the 5 times prayers, guard them. So I couldn't pray 5 times, having a hard time. So I would do these side prayers. What do you call them? Supplications. And I know there's no forgiveness. Like, I was so scared I would be stuck for so many years. If you miss your obligatory prayers, of course, the believers will go to heaven, but everyone passes through hell, and we would get stuck for how many years, thousands of years, missing our prayers and not even being able to do the, what do you call it now? I've forgotten. Our late, you know, uh, we do niyat also, that kaza prayers, late prayers, time is over. We say, oh God, we're saying our late prayers, kaza prayers. Do the niyat intention. Okay, this, and what else is there now? The thing is that so I had a difficult time with the reincarnation, and with my feelings for my principal also, right? I mean, it's like someone is suffocating me. So it's like, Michael, but this, it's so hard on my soul missing you now also, and it was really hard to keep my heart away from them. Uh, when God was constantly showing me signs in the garden, not in, so butterflies, and my prayers answered like that. So I have a headache. See if I can take. Could get worse. Um, so also with the voices, dealing with my reincarnation feelings, very overwhelming. Like, oh God, I'm her mother. So one could go mad, because I've seen Aina movie. A mother separated from her child, right? Aina movie, Mujhe Dil Se Na Bulana. Mujhe Dil Se. So, some mothers who are very like Mujhe dil se na bulana, Pakistani movie. Well, oops, mujhe dil se. So this mother goes crazy, like she really goes insane, crazy, right? How shall I say it? She's Pakistan. Mujhe dil se na bulana. Aina movie song. He finds out the kid, the child, that she is his mother, and her father, tyrant, very keeps the husband and wife away. He breaks the marriage li- by lying to the husband, lying to his daughter, lying to his daughter's husband, and lying to his daughter. And they have a child, and he tells them that the child died after being born. She has a child. Sorry, she has a child. So I'm just also multitasking, just trying to prepare my uh, for my headache to have this medicine, painkiller. Ouch. Yeah, so I don't know really. I tried my best also in year 2000 to become a sincere Shia, say all my prayers, but these headaches, these I started to go insane, and voices and with force, right? Preparing my medicine for my headache, and the pull of my heart, and then the voice of Mrs. Manira Gulzar, Ma, I really love you. And I wasn't going to her. Can you believe that? How I kept my heart away from it was the hardest thing. The voices like we'll burn you. We're going to count from 10 to 1, and then we're going to burn you. Since I read online about distance mind control, so they tried to play with my mind like this in Karachi, sent me voices saying, "Oh, we're counting," and now I'm hearing them counting. So if I'm hearing them counting, that means, from a distance, they can send warm energy or to burn my skin. Hot microwave, microwave. Like microwaves. I thought electromagnetic. They start to count 10, 9, and I'm listening to the voice. And I'm in my bed, right? We're going to burn you, until it went to 1 and nothing happened. But this was not that hard. What was hard is keeping away from my principle. When Allah is sending me signs that you are the mother, you are reincarnated, you are the mother. This was the hardest part. Keeping my feelings, keeping away from my principle. And I've come here for her. It's like Celine Dion song. Uh, uh, I, I don't care. Mountains. Just searching your songs. Don't. Falling into. Can't find it. Brutal. I'd go on. I'd go on. I am so here. The headache also has made me makes me more slow. Like I'd go on. I don't know. I don't know. Life without you. I don't know. Brutal machines can, would, it doesn't matter. Oh God, that was the hardest part in year 2000. And dreams came, Ahlul Bayt said, don't go. So I couldn't go against, Ahlul Bayt, my dream as a Shia. Ali Asghar is sending me a love letter from my principal. Ali Asghar, 6 months old. He's printing, like now there's the printing machine, and, like it's the internet and all this, all right? I don't know. So I can't go to the principal anymore in year 2000 until I get a green signal. Now you can go. So, ah, then when I saw that Hazrat Abbas is saying, for me, I'm praying to Hazrat Abbas. I prayed to Bibi Fatima. I saw in my dream that I'm at Bibi Fatima Zahra's grave. And I'm saying, please, Bibi Fatima Zahra, help me. I'm crying, weeping. Help me not miss my principal. In the state where the voices, the energy is killing me inside, it's assaulting me so badly, right? But nothing happened. Then, yeah, I had the green light. I thought when Hazrat Abbas, when I'm praying to Hazrat Abbas, I'm saying, Hazrat Abbas, you're like I felt and saying, please, can I meet my mommy? So Hazrat Abbas is saying, I'm going back to get water for Bibi Sukaina. And this time he's going to like win. He's going to bring the water back. Like it's for, since, it's like something like for me and my principal, since I prayed to him, he's saying, I'm going back and I'm going to win. Get water back for Sukaina, meaning you go. This is what Hazrat Abbas also wants. And that Bibi Sakina will get her water if my principal and I meet. Something like this. But still I didn't go. And there was something else then, like my friend who went, and she's telling me, you come with us, Ali, Tim, and me. I said, I don't. I never go to the principal like this with a man. Because long time ago, her son was in the band, and this other family sisters and her cousin was married to a sister. They were they objected that what is this uh, the band member bringing women to the house, and I even saw Ali Tim bringing the model to their house, right? And they were more religious than this side of the family, the sisters and all, I think. So they were objecting. So I'm not going to go with Ali Tim because he's now bringing in two female girls, and if the opposite, the sister and her husband sees that, then they'll create even though they don't talk to each other and they don't meet each other, like the husband is not allowing the wife to go to her father's parents' house, mother's house. And anyways, I had a dream. Maybe it's good for that sister, who her husband, her cousin, also kept her away, forbade her from going to her parents' house and meeting her sisters also. So what I see when I'm in London or something, separated from my principal, or come to Karachi, can't remember exactly, that I'm in the opposite house, and I know whose house this is, right? Like now. But I'm in my house and it's opposite principal's house. And I'm saying, okay, I can't get out of the house, and I'm looking at the house from the first floor or something, my house, and I'm missing my sis. like, sorry, I'm missing Mrs. Munira Gulzar and her sisters and all that, right? I'm saying, let my mother come. She has the key, because if I leave, then who will lock the my house and all this? And so let my mother come. She has the key, and then I will go to their house. Guess what? Actually, my aunt, when she, after 2 years and some months of separated from my principal, out of contact, no, just out of contact, I kept away from her. Like in London when I was then came back. My aunt took me and my mother was with us. Right? Maybe so. Maybe when Fatma, when Mrs. Munira Gulzar sister. So I was told she was there when Hani passed away. Also, she finally went to her parents' place when her sister passed away. So it's a long story. If you're confused, Mrs. Munira Gulzar had a sister. Has a sister. I hope still she's alive. Fatima Ibrahim Fikri, and her husband, the cousin of theirs, there came a time after, during the last years of their father, Mrs. Munira Gulzar's father. He wouldn't allow, he stopped allowing like his wife to go to his uncle's and her father's parents' place, where all the sisters are also live. And Mrs. Munira Gulzar also lives, although she was married to Mr. Gulzar, but he also lived in the same house. So this is my story a little bit. But maybe it had to do with Fatima Ibrahim Fikri, this particular dream of mine. But I asked the princess, like, no, no, would she ever miss you people? Like, no, I didn't ask her like this. I told her that I've seen her very affectionate towards me, right? So, no, no, I didn't ask her like this way. Does your sister ever miss you people? She must have blocked her feelings and for. So they were my so since the principal asked me once like this, but not directly, right? Oh, God has told me that you are reincarnated and you were my mother in your past life. And so her mother passed away in 1962 and I came back in another year while she's alive. So it was very hard. Whoever separate, I can't forgive them. I think the cruelest thing to do, the cruelest tyrant, is the one who separates loved ones and doesn't, this is Shaitan. So another person I met while I was working in a law firm, he was saying, you know, no, no, why do you think this is Shaitan telling you to go to your principal's place? Balki, hamare yahan, she thought very positive about Islam, right? So he said, no, no, it's Allah तो चाहेगा कि सब दिल मोहब्बत से रहें with love, right? And meet each other, socialize, and also like when you can and दिल से रहें मोहब्बत करें एक दूसरे से how to say it in English, like Allah would never want अगर आपके दिल में उनके लिए प्यार है ना कोई गिफ्ट लेके जाएं, take a gift to their house, And why do you think this is shaitan, right? हम लोग सब प्यार मोहब्बत से रहें, कितना अच्छा हो, ये शैतान नहीं हो सकता. So he managed to convince me. हमारे इस्लाम में तो मोहब्बतें हैं, like this love. Allah would never want you to separate from your teachers or someone you're now family friends with. आप बिल्कुल जाएं, go meet her. And in fact, even so, I even went to Fatma's place, Fatma Ibrahim Fikri, Mrs. Munira Gulzar's sister. She has the house separately lives, right? And I rang the bell, no one answered. And I was told they're all in America. Anyways, so that day never came that Mrs. Munira Gulzar would tell me directly that, oh, God told me uh, that I don't even know how God. Telepathy came that Imam Ali wants Munira and Zahra to be together. When, they were saying they purged me in the beginning, when I really felt the presence of the disciple of Fatima Zahra, right, the force, and they would tell me, oh, we're healing you, but then, how they would fool me, I would never get healed. And I got worse. And the voices, and this and that. So maybe I had to also take some of their evil, no, whatever, not whatever evil was there in, tormenting them, if there was any evil, because they pray 5 times a day. Why should I be worried about that? But, protect them from enemies and evil of the times and all that. So pray, of course. And so calamities and all this. Give them perfect health and protection from, thieves and evil. So, but what was I saying? Uh, yeah, the telepathy, like where, so the evil maybe, I would say, let me deal with these evil, their evil, right? Like whatever is on them that they don't realize is on them, whatever, like someone telling me that something coming to me that in this way that we will give your mommy cancer in 1997. And I said, oh, go through me, see if you can give me cancer first. I was like, okay, wait a minute, what shall I do, how shall I, God, you're hearing, earthquake. And I said, look, in Karachi, right, when I was during March, April, Easter vacations from London, earthquake came. When they were telling me, and I went to my mother's room in the afternoon. She was asleep, and I was there lying down, and thinking on our bed, right? Okay, how shall I tell them? Again, they've started to tell me that they want to give my mommy cancer. So let me see what God answers, whether God answers or not them. Because I've been thinking she prays 5 times a day, regularly, punctually, and all this. She should be safe. Again, it's come. Let's see how will God answer them or help me answer them? I've had enough. Earthquake came. My mother got up like, oh, what's this? And I was like, because there was an earthquake inside of me, right? I was in a shock, traumatized. We're going to give your mommy cancer. That's Mrs. Munira Gulzar. And what a earthquake, like it's in Karachi came. Not the one in Islamabad, huh? Later on, when I was telling Atif Malik, warning him and all this. No. When I was thinking of, in 1997 or 1998, earthquake in Karachi. And I was not moved. I was not scared of the earthquake, right? So this, anyways, God has not given that. So maybe then everything is evil. And sometimes, the healer, God uses wasila. Shias have tried to explain this to me that sometimes God doesn't send direct help. God says, help the other, like in Surah Nisa ayat. Why wouldn't you fight for the oppressed? Men, women, and children will say we are oppressed and all that. So let's say if I was helping my principal, people let's say it doesn't look good to you, like, right? And the people are saying, oh, she's this. And but yet the evil, it's going to spread evil in society. This is having a terrible effect on the environment. Homosexuality is not allowed. And Allah tells me that, why are you denying what, like that. So the sins of people also, um, so Jerry got me with with the Muslims really bad. I was like in such a guilty, and also wanted, want the principal because she didn't want, since she didn't want me, and I went in a labyrinth. And then guess who helped me? God again. Didn't I tell you I can? And so didn't that from that telepathy to the confirmation in Karachi. So Muslims. This gives such chunk of thing to the Muslims. Jerry Marzinski with the Muslims, that now for the ex-Muslims it's such a mu- the already the Muslims think we are their enemies and we are the bad people, we are the criminals, and we are the ones spreading evil and misguidance, right? Oh God. And they've got an upper hand against, even these Muslims have an upper hand against those poor Westerners who they think are promiscuous, and what a terrible society it is. They're destroying themselves by their promiscuity, and now look at this. Now they're like wearing such less clothes and just nude and this and naked. And what next now after the bikini, right? And such an open society it is, and promiscuously open. So in fact, Jerry, think about it. If this word goes to Jerry, my word, right? Even the Muslims, forget Christians doing good works, good deeds. Their deeds are void, null and void. Some Muslims believe that, some don't. Okay, some say, okay, God will take care of them, these Christians. But according to some Muslims in Quran ayats, I gauged, worked out that the Christians also are disbelievers who will go into hell. Some say no, if they're dhimmis, they can pay jizya, then they won't go into hell. And then Shia said Jesus Christ will come and maybe will save some Christians. They'll become Muslims in the end. Everyone will believe in Jesus Christ also. Quran ayat says, and God knows what. So there are all these kind of things, right? But mind you, if you take this ayat, this hadith now, Sunan ibn Majah, 3992. Jerry, even the Muslims the Muslims who take this hadith from the Sunni side, Hassan It's Darus Salam Hassan grade, although there's nothing in the Quran that says this, right? But if those Muslims who take this from Sitta, from the seven, six Sunnis, how to put it, right? Hadiths, they accept, those who accept these hadiths, Hassan hadiths, even the Muslims, only one group of them out of 73 will go to hell, right? This means God is not going to accept their prayers, their 5 times prayers. Every Muslim is supposed to say 5 times prayers. Only Ismaili Islam is different a little bit, right? And the fasting is not accepted, their Hajj will not be accepted, their even the Shias, they go to Hajj. Like a Shia was telling me, what is this? There are Shia, some of them exaggerate, saying, that going to Imam Hussein's ziyarat is like getting 70 Hajjs. And I said, no, no, but in our prayer book also, like I was telling us, he's a Shia, but he's a very good person, right? Well, they know, maybe I was like surprised. Such a good person, right? I adore him. He's like a brother, younger brother. Shia. Like, what is this in that some of our Shias are exaggerating? Imam Hussein ka ek ziyarat. If you do a ziyarat of Imam Hussein once, it's like you've done Hajj, your pilgrimage, 70 times. Right? And I was like, yeah, but in our dua book, this and that is also. But it is in I think it is in the Shia Hadith, I'm not sure. Anyway, so what if it's like that, right? I don't object. I have no objections to that, right? But like what I'm saying is to the Sunnis, you know, that Hajj bhi hai hamare, like some Shias even object to this. That what is this? That going to Imam Hussein's ziyarat pilgrimage is will win us 70 Hajjs, right? So no, we do Hajj, we do this, but according to some Sunnis who are kafirs, who are polytheists, not even Muslims, forget believers, right? So how great is this, right? So please see the whole. This is very damaging. Little knowledge you're getting, and yes, and the Muslims are telling Mr. Jerry, yeah, yes, yeah, this very wrong. What he was until I watched. It's 3 hours. So I haven't watched fully, but for how many minutes I watched this was enough for me. I went into such a labyrinth, cannot tell you. And I can't afford doing this, going into it. So, what? Yes, Mr. Jerry, but Mr. Jerry, yes, about what? Yeah, but many things in Islam. Surah Nas. Yes, you're right. Yeah. And we also have this that if anyone sins and they don't repent for the sin, and then the devil gets, and the whispering starts also, Surah Nas ayat. And so we've got to be responsible people and protect ourselves, and we have all these prayers to protect ourselves from evil. हाँ, अरे इसके मैंने इस दुआ इस सूरा के मैंने इतने पानी पिए हैं. We had a whole bowl of surah, char kuls. One of them is this: say, I seek refuge with the Lord and cherish of mankind, the sovereign of mankind, the God of mankind. And these Muslims with Jerry, they have better English, better command over their English, than I do. From the evil of the retreating whisperer, and they explain how, Shaitan will come from the left and right and front and back, and these are the surahs they're showing Mr. Jerry, and he's saying yes, yes, and they're saying yes, yes to him. And guess what? It's all up. Even if you're a Muslim, if Mr. Jerry wants to become a Sufi, right? Who knows? And so they're showing him this, and then do you think Sufis are going? No, no, it's not this one. Sufis are going according to this hadith. So, some very interesting, some Sunnis don't blame the Sufis, but they blame the Shias. And they say they are kafirs, disbelievers, right? Now tell me, will a Sufi go? Is the Sufi the main body? O Messenger of Allah, who are they? He said the main body. Huh? So even if Mr. Jerry Marzinski wants to become a Sufi Muslim now, do you think they will go to hell or heaven? Yet we say, who are we to decide, right? But you never know. Can you ever be sure that you, uh, and in fact, if a Sufi may not go to heaven for being a Sufi Muslim believer. So all this, wrong stuff going on, what our prejudices do, it's amazing. And what our biases, beliefs do, it's amazing. Right? So the whole world is struck with evil because Harut and Marut are now will be let loose, and these are signs of Allah. And people will leave Islam and uh, like lot in majority. Majority of Muslims are going to leave Islam. These are the end times. Only very few. So this is what's happening, and we are spreading. We are calling medical what the end times. We are the end time signs to the Muslims, right? Believers, how great you are. We have called on the end times. We've quickened the end times. How great for you, Muslims, right? Mr. Jerry, try to come in this main body, right? Try to come in this main body. Find out who the main body is, right? So thank you so much for your time and attention. Now 1 hour 42 minutes. I think I should end this. It's a long one. Okay, I have a nerve breakdown. Sorry, since it's horrible. Let me just play this again.
We'll be back until then. Thank you so much.